A Southern experience. You can't read about it in a magazine. It's a Southern experience.
Hi, I'm Jay Taylor, and welcome to Carolina Sessions. We'll be right back with the Southern Experience Band.
Music lessons and performance for all ages and experience levels. Rock You. RockYouCharlotte.com. Music lessons and performance for all ages and experience levels. Rock You. RockYouCharlotte.com.
And welcome to Rock University, filming Carolina Sessions here today, and again welcoming the Southern Experience Band. Guys, why don't you start by going around and introducing yourselves to us?
I'm Scott Sanders, and I'm the lead singer, acoustic guitar player, and piano player.
I'm J.T. Fitch. I'm lead guitarist and background vocals.
I'm Nikhil Wallace. I'm the drummer and background vocalist. I'm Ron Humphreys. I play bass and background vocals.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, one thing that I really noticed from the get-go when you first started playing the song Southern Experience, some tight harmony, some great work throughout by everybody. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song Southern Experience and how it ties in to you guys?
Well, the song Southern Experience, it's pretty much our theme song. It tells the everyday life of this side of the Mason-Dixon line, the life in the South. It tells of all our traditions. It tells about family life, the community from where we're from, and all the stuff that's important to us as Southerners.
Well, now, tell me a little bit about how you guys came to be a band together. How long have you been together, and where did it come from?
Well, we started back in 2009. Me and Knucklehead here was the typical garage bands, long-haired, well, that changed for some of us. The long-haired rock and rollers that all they wanted to do in high school was be the rock stars growing up.
We turned it up 10, we went for it, man.
And that's pretty much what we're doing now. We hit the ground running when we hooked up with old Ron here, which was originally supposed to be a one-time gig. And then we hooked up with Nikeo here in May of 2012, and like I said, we've just hit the ground running, and we've been very, very blessed so far with all the opportunities we have gotten, and we've got some really big opportunities coming up in the near future. So we're giving it 110% and giving it all we've got because we want to make it big, is what everybody says.
Well, now, when since you were the first guy who kind of came together with these two, what were your first impressions as you started getting together? I mean, you have said that you come from you like that progressive rock background.
I do, and grew up in a very musical family, but I was blown away. You know, it's like, okay, where did these prodigies come from? You know, really, literally, for me, it was a one-time, can you please come fill in with us because we won't be able to do the gig if you don't, to, hey guys, that worked pretty good. Y'all want to keep doing this? You know, type thing. And
we never thought we'd be here right now doing even this right now. I mean, it's amazing.
And see, originally, when we first started the band back in 2009, Ron's son, John Humphreys, was our original drummer. But back in 2012, early 2012, John decided to join the Marines. So that's when we called up old Nikeo here, who was most graciously getting on board with us. Yeah,
there's a funny story there. Is me and Nikeo, we kind of grew up together in the same neighborhood, and I used to hang out with his younger brother, and we all used to go to their house and hang out.
Funny story. This guy used to sit on my drum set, and man, he was like maybe 5 or 6 years old, and he jumped up there and, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, singing Elvis, singing Elvis on the drum set. Couldn't even reach my pedals.
I didn't even know anything about guitar. Yeah. I was a drummer and singer, and then little did we know here would be playing rock and roll.
Like 15 years later.
A few years later, I kind of lost touch with him, and then I turned around and he's straight, and I'm like, oh wow, what's going on?
And he's still a killer drummer. He was a killer drummer then, man.
Oh, man.
Well, obviously, we could see where all the rock and roll came from out of you. You were channeling Elvis at some point in time there when you were banging on the Chaos drums, weren't you?
Oh yeah, Elvis was the first big rock god for me, and then I go through it all, man. I went from Elvis to the rockabilly stuff to blues. I'm really big into blues, and then I take it a step farther with country and that style of playing.
He blames that on me.
Yeah, that's his fault.
Yeah.
And then hard rock, heavy metal, and the old stuff, Black Sabbath stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what,
I like it all together,
Absolutely, and it sounds great coming from you guys because I said you're all excellent musicians. The harmonies are tight. It sounds really good. It's got great feel to it, and I'm sure we'll hear nothing but great things from you guys for days and years and hopefully decades to come. That would be the wonderful thing. Now tell us, you call Kings Mountain, North Carolina home. Tell us how that kind of ties into who you are again.
Well, it's where we grew up. It's where we met one another. It's
where it all started.
That's in a nutshell. That's it right there. It's where our roots are. And when you think of a typical southern town, that's Kings Mountain.
It's like Mayberry, man. That's pretty much it. And we had a lot of good memories there. Me and him to this band, we've had a lot of good memories, and that's where it all started. It's part of us.
Memories to come.
That's right.
Memories to come.
Yes, sir.
Now, we had talked a little bit earlier as well about the song itself, Southern Experience, and how that kind of ties into who you are. Where do you want to go from here?
Well, I guess our next milestone would be nationally touring. We're really hitting towards that hard and giving 110% to get to that next level. We've already got radio play internationally, and our next big thing is to start nationally touring.
And to come to think of it as well, be sure you check out breakoutradio.com. You can find several tunes from these guys right there. Appreciate them being big sponsors for us here today. Let's go back to the song Southern Experience and tell us how you guys came up with that.
That actually started in my living room. Actually, we have a very good friend, Curtis Collins. He's a professional songwriter from Nashville. We actually kind of have this philosophy: if you're going to learn something, you're going to get better at it, hang around with the pro, somebody that's been doing it for a long time, full time. So it was a straight up collaboration. You know, he would fire some thoughts at us, and we'd fire some thoughts back, and he would say, well, what about this? And we'd go, well, you know, I remember sitting on the back pew at church. Can we get that in there? And that's how the song evolved. And it was really quite a learning experience for us also.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to come right back, and we'll hear a little bit more from the Southern Experience Band with another tune. And thanks again to Rock University, and be sure again to check out breakoutradio.com. We'll be right back.
The Playroom, Charlotte, North Carolina's first and most renowned rehearsal facility for 20 years. Rehearsal space is available for hourly, daily, or monthly lease. Professional yet relaxed environment loaded with amenities. The choice of everyone from local up-and-comers to numerous Grammy winners. Visit theplayroom.online.com for more information. Carolina Sessions is brought to you in part by Breakout Radio. Breakout Radio is featuring the best independent unsigned artists, the only place where you can hear tomorrow's stars today. Catch Breakout Radio on your desktop, laptop, iPad, cell phone, or pretty much any device with internet connectivity. You can send song requests for your favorite local or independent artists, and bands can submit their studio quality recordings to be considered for rotation. Sign in and sign up. It's free. Unlike commercial corporate radio, Breakout Radio lets you have a say in what gets played and what you hear. Or you can just sit back and enjoy some of the best music by some awesome stars to be. Breakout Radio, leading the new music revolution. Check them out at www.breakoutradio.com.
Experience, you can't read about it in a magazine.